So, the much anticipated Love in Every Word Part 2 is out. Directed by Omoni Oboli, this movie features Bambam, Uzor Arukwe, Patience Ozokwo, and others. Encouraged by how viewers had celebrated the sweet love between Obiora and Chioma, that is Odogu and Achalugo, the movie continued in that line and then threw in some challenges so that with the couple overcoming those challenges, the movie then had that happily ever after ending that people loved in the part 1. You see, I like a few things about this movie, and I also find faults in many aspects. Number one, I think I like how Chima's perfume business from part 1 wasn't forgotten. It, in fact, took center stage. She didn't stop working because of Obiora's wealth. So even with Odogu's money were large, Achalugu still understood the dignity of labor. Great message. Secondly, it's remarkable how many sponsors this movie attracted. I'm not sure any YouTube movie has enjoyed even 1/3 of something like this before. However, while this will put money in the pockets of the movie owner, it somehow affected the movie negatively. Because in order to give visibility to all the sponsors, there were too many unnecessary scenes and the movie became too long as a result. Now, a movie that shouldn't have lasted more than an hour and a half ended up lasting for about 3 whole hours. Great business or art. Now, as common with most YouTube movies, there were too many loopholes in this one. Odogu was inconsistent in his academic intelligence. In some scenes, he couldn't pronounce simple terms such as COB, that's close of business, but in some other scenes, he was explaining more difficult terms like SWOT analysis. Make it make sense. Chioma went into partnership with a business whose owner's name was given just as Mr. H. Now, neither Chioma nor her business guru fiance, that's Obiora, nor their lawyers, assuming they had one or two, thought it was necessary to do a background check on the business. That's laughable now. Obiora said Chioma did not know what his mother looked like. And this was at the point when Obiora's mom rejected Chioma. But it was strange that marriage introduction had happened. A list had been collected. Pre-wedding pictures had been taken. The wedding planning wasn't top yet. But Chioma and Obiora's mom had never met each other. Even though Chioma was going to the village very often. According to events in the part 1, Chioma and Obiora are from the same town or village. Because remember when Chioma's mom was telling Chioma that women in the village were taking their children to Obiora to have him marry them, but he wasn't interested. So suggesting that they were from the same village or the same town, or at least close by, yeah? So it's then impossible that Obiora's kinsmen wouldn't find out on their own that Chioma's mother was never married. Because whose daughter is she, or where is she from? These are usually the first 2 questions a man's Omona will ask before accompanying him to ask for any woman's hand in marriage. It shouldn't be one old school friend of Chioma's mom coming to tell Obiora's mother about Chioma's mom not being married and all of it. It makes sense. Your Omona would know this without even breaking a sweat. They want to know who the mother of the lady, especially as they are from the same village or the same town or close by. First thing they'll do is know who the father of the child is. And in the process of knowing who the father of the child is, they will know whether the woman was married to the man in the first place or not. So that revelation, follow. 5. See, despite how wealthy Obiora was suggested to be in the movie, he didn't quite feel like it. I mean, he didn't have friends or business associates. He didn't have big men show up at his wedding as you would expect of an Odogu. The normal traditional way in Igbo land when a man that big is getting married. His friends run the show. They're coming in, they're convoy, they're coming out of the car, the whole thing, their own planning, their own ashwebi, if they did something like that, their own entrance, something unique. This man was a lone ranger. Very unusual for somebody who's that rich. We didn't see him go with convoys, with security, didn't travel for business abroad, didn't have business associates who were big and stuff like that. Even the traditional wedding outfits were underwhelming, especially for Chioma, who changed clothes just once. And the main outfit of hers was in riot against Obiora's. She was wearing something like pink, Obiora wore something like black and gold. We didn't even see any of the expensive ashwebi materials being debated by Chioma's mother and her friends. We didn't see, Chioma's friends showing off at the wedding, and even maybe the single ones trying to position themselves to be noticed by Odogu's friends. It didn't make sense at all. 6. You see, the arrangement for Obiora's mom and Chioma to meet at the resort felt like something from Z World. It was absolutely impractical and strange to the Nollywood style. I think it was totally unnecessary, honestly. It wasn't necessary at all. The two of them, Chioma's, Obiora's mom and Chioma, could have met by accident instead. And it should have been long before the wedding plans got so far. So Chioma's mom, Obiora's mom, okay, maybe says no from the beginning because she was thinking every woman coming into the man's life was going to be a gold digger. But then a chance meeting changes her mind. Not that plan thing going to result and beg. Overall, I feel that so many things were exaggerated in this movie. From Obiora buying an entire office building just to get Chioma's number in the part one, to him starting a massive building for Chioma a day after meeting her, and so on. I mean, we can excuse some of the exaggerations, honestly, because given the romantic nature of the movie, Odogu, Banara, spending money and stuff, well, maybe, but I will never forgive the exaggeration of Chioma's sister wearing black to mourn Chioma's breakup with Obiora. Oh, God. This will be a massive business success for Omoni because on the first day alone, there were over 3 million views. So this, no doubt, I believe it's going to outperform the views the part one has as of today. So this is going to be, as long as business goes, this is going to be huge. This is fantastic. But as long as art goes, this for me is 5 over 10. 5 over 10. So, have you seen this movie? Let me know in the comment section what you think about the movie and my review. If you haven't seen the movie, try see it for yourself. Your opinion may differ from mine. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and please subscribe so you get notified when next I post a new one.